guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends, a very special first-time collab. I have LeilaFox on the channel. Leila, what's up? How you doing?
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me, Ash. I'm really excited to be joining you.
I am so excited. You have one of the most interesting and unique, not just YouTube channels, but also streams out there for Raid Shadow Legends. How long have you been covering the game, Leila?
So I initially came to the game last May from a sponsorship, and I've been here ever since. So I guess you could say, it's been a bit over a year now.
I love that. I came to Raid from a sponsorship as well.
Really?
we have the same origins. I love it. What did you cover before Raid?
Wow. Okay, so I've been on Twitch. Actually, this year's gonna be 4 years. Initially, when I first came, I did Hearthstone. So I did Hearthstone for probably a good year and a half. I did Blizzard games, so like World of Warcraft. I did some Warcraft 3, and then I was also doing auto battlers when that was a big thing. So I ended up doing Dota 2 auto chess. I did auto chess mobile. I did Dota Underlords. And then, like I said, the sponsorship kind of rolled around, which brought me to Raid. And I already knew that I liked Raid because a good friend of mine did a sponsorship and I did the tutorial for him. So I already knew I liked the game. So as soon as my opportunity came, I was like, yeah, I'm in this.
I love
it. And the community, they sold me and I've been here ever since.
That's awesome. And you stream like almost every day, right?
I do. I stream 6 days a week. I'm a full-time content creator. So I stream Monday through Friday in the mornings in Eastern Standard Time and then Saturdays in the evening because it allows me some flexibility for when I do my monthly cosplay stream.
That is awesome. That was my next question. So you do all kinds of cool stuff that, no other content creator that I know of at least is doing on a regular basis out there for Raid especially. And so talk a little bit about the cosplay and about the lore, and then we'll get into the subject of the video.
Sure. Cosplay has been a thing I've done for a while. I've had some jobs, like my community knows this, is I used to model. I had some jobs where I would be cosplay characters. I'd be hired by theaters to do some opening premieres for movies. So it's something that I've done for a while, I've been very comfortable with, and I love it. So comfortable to the fact that there's been times I've ended stream and just walked out of my house in a wig, in elf ears, just going to get food, and people look at me funny. I'm like, it's just a normal day, whatever. I'm used to this, it's nothing.
What was your favorite
So I have a lot
cosplay?
of fun on stream.
What's your favorite one that you've done Raid?
Ooh, Raid-wise, I love Zavia.
Yeah.
Zavia was a lot of fun because I also have these really pretty black feather wings I used for her. So that was probably one of my favorites.
That is really cool. And you have the lore too on your channel where you go, I'm actually going to do a little collab, right? Little lore collab. I'm excited.
We sure are.
So you do a deep dive into the lore behind Raid Shadow Legends, something that I never talk about here on the channel, but I'm genuinely interested in as well, so shame on me. So I just started watching your lore stuff last night, binging it, right? And there's a lot of really cool storylines. What is your favorite lore storyline in Raid?
Oh, that's such a good question. So the thing is with raids so that people know is not all champs have a story, because I get asked that all the time. I get asked, people will ask me to do a story for Martyr, and I'll be like, guys, not every champ has a story. So I do the best I can to dig up these stories where I can. But so far, I gotta say, one of my favorites has been the story for Krisk. I just love Krisk in general, and his story, I'm gonna give the very short, condensed version of it, because I have the full thing on my YouTube if anybody wants to check it out.
Yeah, we'll
but
link
basically, his story, it shows how the lizards actually used to be very honorable, very noble, very different than how you would kind of think that they are. And just from a sequence of unfortunate events, their kingdom was destroyed from some magical explosion that happened, and that's what saved his life, but also imbued him with the powers that he has, and why he has the Ageless, because it also extended his life. So going forward with that, having his kingdom destroyed, he finds this new purpose with the Arbiter, and with her Chosen, as they're called, fighting against the evil in Teleria. And it even talks in the lore how he uses his magic to protect them, to shield them. And I love how it ties into his abilities too. So it's just a story I really, really like. It's such a good story. It's just showing how the Lizard Man faction actually was very noble, that there's more to them than we think.
That is so cool. I am definitely going to check out that Krisk video. I've not watched that one yet, so I'm going to watch the Krisk lore after this one. I will link it for you guys to check out as well. This might be a good transition because I happen to know what champions you picked out for today's video. Do you want to go ahead and go first? Today we're going to talk about just our flat out, not the best champions in the game, but our favorite. We're each going to share our 5 favorite champs overall inside Raid Shadow Legends. Leila, you kick it off.
Sure. Well, we just talked about Krisk. Of course, he's on my list. How could he not be?
The big
How
fella.
could Krisk not be? Come on.
What were your first thoughts when looking at him? Like, I didn't even know he was a turtle at first. Like, I'm embarrassed to say that now.
I'm white. I'm black.
I'm yellow. I'm red.
So I am confusion.
Because he just looks like
you know what's really funny that you said that is I had a new time viewer, somebody that never played Raid, show up on my channel. And I forgot what dungeon I was running, or it might have even been Arena, because Krisk is my Arena team. And the viewer asked, "Who's that cockroach on the screen?" And my chat was like,
I am disgusted.
what? and so they were like, well, the thing on the right, that cockroach. And of course, chat got offended because they're like, that's Krisk, how dare you? And I'm like, guys, settle down. Like, you have to remember, most people are watching Raid on a mobile phone. Like, I get it. If you zoom Krisk out, okay, from behind, maybe it looks like a cockroach to people who don't understand Raid. Like, so I get it. But no, he's a big turtle.
Yeah, he is a big turtle. He's he's a little, I don't know. Now I can see the turtle. Now that you know he's a turtle, you know he's a turtle. But before that, for some reason, like early on, I'm like, who is that big weird thing? Like metamorphosis, Kappa-esque type thing. Why do you like him? Where do you use him? What about him in terms of his skills? I mean, what isn't there to like, right?
Oh my gosh, there's so much to love about him. And you know what's really funny too is earlier this year, I had a back-to-back Siffy and Krisk pull, which was insane. Oof. So of course, that's up on my YouTube too, because people, again, my community freaked out. It was pretty much on my birthday. It was probably the most insane thing that ever happened.
Happy birthday.
And so of course, getting Krisk immediately, he went everywhere with me. And I remember telling people, I was like, I don't even care if he doesn't belong in Dragon. He's coming with me. Like, I don't care. Like, you pull those kind of champs, you take them with you.
That's
like,
the
you
fun
don't
of the
just
game,
let
though.
them sit.
That's the fun of the game, isn't it? Really, like at the all these YouTube videos, all these tier lists, all this champion is incrementally better than that champion. But ultimately, it's all about finding a champion that you love and just using that champion, right? To some extent, at least. So, Krisk is a great choice. I'll go with my number one, the most obvious, and my viewers will know. Let's just get it out of the way with. It's
Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
Scylla the Drakes. She's amazing. The reason I love her so much, the reason I first fell in love with her, she's a pretty good looking champ, I think.
Beautiful.
What am I doing here? Beautiful woman here. But other than that, she's free. Like, everybody gets her, right? 180 days. And she's really the best thing that Plarium has ever done, in my opinion, for everybody, right? Whether you're a big spender, whether you're totally free to play, whether you could just use a solid champion. She has that stun on the A2, she has the revive, and she has that great heal on the passive, and decreased speed on the A1. I just feel like Syl, she's just so good. She's so good for everybody, right? So I was just so glad they added her. Ever since the day that they added her to the game as a login reward, I was just super excited because I knew that so many people, almost everybody, will benefit from her. Do you have her? Do you use her?
Oh my God, yes. I love her. And she was actually one of the champs that progressed my team, because it's funny, like when we talked about favorite champs, and I did add another one on my list that also progressed my team big time when I got him, but Syl was a major game changer for me. I got her, put the best relentless gear I had on her, and I was actually able to start clearing like 20 dungeons that I wasn't able to do before. So she's just an amazing champ. I love her, and I take her so many places with me.
Yeah, same. I mean, I'm endgame dirty, pay to win. I still use Scylla the Drakes in a few areas. Who do you have next?
So actually, question for you on Syl. Did you get to the story of Syl yet?
I did not.
Baby, please have mercy on me.
I think that's the one we'll do, because I think you're gonna love it.
I'm really excited. So you have not done it yet, or are you just gonna do it again for me?
Well, I actually have, but I figure we can do it special for you if you'd like.
I really appreciate that. This is gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a banger.
I figured. I was thinking, I was like, you love her that much, and you haven't actually seen her story. It's a good story.
Okay, so I am excited. I am really genuinely excited about that one. All right, sweet. So check that out on Leila's channel in the next maybe week or two or so. Who do you have next for us?
Next up, so again, we just talked about Syl. So Syl was one of the champs that made a huge difference on my account. The other one, and again, this one's an epic, is Tyrell. Tyrell made a huge difference for me. I happened to get actually Syl and Tyrell at about the same time, and they were a massive contribution to my account. I struggled for quite a while being able to clear dungeons. I couldn't even get through like Dragon 18. I was stuck. But like I said, between the two of them, between Tyrell and Syl, I was able to plow just right through, get to Dragon 20, and actually even start progressing in the other dungeons. Made such a huge difference for me.
Yeah, people like are kind of down on Tyrell, saying that he's been power crept and stuff like that, but I feel like those people are missing the rest of what he brings other than just decreased defense on a 4-turn, right? Like, he's a defense-based champion who has the strong version of decreased attack on his A1. He has a great aura. In the A3, like, nobody ever talks about the preemptive strike, right? Decreased target's turn meter by 50%. Like, that's really solid. Then if it fully depletes, it puts him on stun, right? And he deals a pretty decent amount of damage for a defense-based champion. So I agree with you. I think that Tyrell is still a great champion overall. Do you still use him a lot?
I do. I still use him. Like, it doesn't matter. I still take him around with me. And I think sometimes when people talk about some of these champs who we know are good, saying that they're not so good, makes me think, again, they've been playing for a long time and they have everything. Not everybody is there. That's the thing I think people forget, is not everybody is there. So one of my biggest mottos that my community knows, it isn't always about whether a champ is good or not. It's about if they're good for your account or not. Because depending on when you get them. So like, for example, if I got Tyrell now, he probably wouldn't be as good for my account. But considering the time when I got him, he was massive. Yeah. So he was just really needed at that time.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can still run him on an endgame account and be happy. You know, he can bring a lot to the table. So totally agree with you there. My next one, we will go with, this is a more recent kind of addition to my love fest here on the channel, Leila, and it is Rector Droth.
By the way,
I'm just a regular, degular, schmegular girl.
I thought Rector Droth, I thought this beautiful woman was a dude at first. The first time they were adding the new champions, I did it like straight face because it was honest, but the whole guide or the whole like review of the champion, I was like, he looks nasty, he looks really, and then all the comments were like, Ash, it's a woman. So Rector Droth, what do you think? Cosplay Rector Droth?
I'm not cosplaying anytime soon, but what's so funny is we call her Empress Palpatine on my channel because she looks like Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars. Like, if you look at her face, if you look at the profile,
yeah, let me try to get a nice zoom there.
Is what we call her.
You know what? That is a good point. She really does. Anyway, she is an amazing champion. You know, I've been really high on her. Well, actually, I think that every week that goes by or every month or whatever that goes by, I'm like, wow, Rector Droth is really, really good. Just one of the better support champions in the game, in my humble opinion. 109 speed, very fast, has the decreased attack on the A1. I'm a sucker for decreased attacks on the A1. And then we have the good heal, the perfect veil as well on a 4-turn. Then we have a really solid revival, 60% HP, 60% turn meter, perfect veil for 3 turns. And then we have like the heal passive. And again, I guess I'm a sucker for heal passives too, because we see Syl the Drakes has one as well. I think that Rector Droth is just I wouldn't say OP, but like a really, really good epic add to the game that a lot of people kind of slept on at first, and Force Affinity comes in handy too with all the magic in the meta.
Right. And let's be honest, Knight Revenant really needed a good reviver.
Yes.
Like, we needed something in there. So I agree. Like, since I've had her, I tossed her into my faction wars. It's been helping me clear it.
I love that. Yeah. I mean, I use her in, oh God, I always forget my Doom Tower bosses, but I use her as support against, it might even be the Eternal Dragon. I don't know. But again, passive heals is really nice with the decreased attack on the A1. So you can use her against like any boss. Who do you have next, Leila?
Next one is Reliquary Tender. I love her. Guys, she's a rare, but I love her. And her Tender's Watch is probably one of my favorite abilities in the game. I'm such a sucker for heals. And when I played a lot of World of Warcraft, like, I was a holy paladin. So I love those kind of abilities that shine light and just, they heal and they look holy. And she has that. So that's one of my favorite things. Not to mention, she's just a great champ overall. And being a rare, she's just fantastic.
1000% agree. My viewers will know that I agree because I love Reliquary as well. She's an insanely good rare champion, insanely good. Yeah, what else is there to say about her, right? I agree. All right, next up, I'm gonna go with another daily login. And I didn't do this on purpose because I'm not trying to be like, oh, daily logins are so amazing. But I really love Dark Elhain. I think that she's a perfect champion because she's not overpowered. She's not just like the best, most broken champion in the game. But in terms of her niches, she's so good. She has a hard-hitting A1, decrease enemy max HP. On the A2, it's a hard-hitting AoE attack with increased attack on herself. And then these passives, I love them, Leila, when like anybody gets frozen on your whole team, she's auto into her A2 every single time. She can deal out a ton of damage against, Torment teams in the arena, or against Ice Golem, against the Frost Spider. Anybody who deals out freeze, she's like a specialist. You put her in there, and then she's just nasty. So she's one of my faves.
Yeah, she was really underrated for a while. I think people they don't think too much of her because you're right. She's a login champ. And I think with a lot of the login champs, people seem to think, well, they're giving them to us for free, so they can't be great.
Yeah.
So Syll's a really great example of a really good login one. So is Dark Helene, and even with them redoing Vizix, now we're seeing that these login champs, I mean, yeah, they definitely have their uses and they're way better. And they did us a nice favor by giving us these really good free champs.
100%. Yeah, Vizix. She's not on my list, but I agree with you. She's really, really good as well. Do you use Vizix?
I do. I use her in Faction Wars right now.
Yeah. I kind of do too. I don't think I use her outside of Faction Wars, but she's so much better than she used to be. That's for sure. Okay, we have 2 left. Actually, you only have 1 left, right? Or do you have 2? You have 2.
2.
Who you got?
2. So again, my people won't be surprised to know that I chose Arbiter because I love the Arbiter. I mean, she holds your hand in the beginning of the game. She's with you in the beginning of the game. She teaches you the tutorial. Granted, there's a lot of things she forgets to tell you.
Do you think
that we
she's
have
the
to learn
face?
the hard way?
Is she the face of the game in your eyes, or no?
You know what? It seems like she should be because she's in so many of the different ads. And actually, I love the commercial with her and a cult brawler. Did you ever see that one with the Ice Golem?
I didn't. I'm so bad at following up with all the commercials or knowing all the commercials. I didn't see it. Should I watch it?
It's hilarious. So I love that. She's in that commercial. And you're right. Like, she's in the tutorial with us. And she pretty much, I want to say she's in almost like every lore story I've shared. She has a hand in everything that happens with the champs.
She looks like, when I think of the game, I think of her. Because, again, it's probably just because of the tutorial stuff, because the first, champion that you really get to know a little bit. But, and also a great champion, right?
She is. I mean, I got really lucky. I pulled her from a single Void Shard 2 months into the game. And this was last year when Arena was really hard.
See, my viewers say I'm lucky. I want some of your luck. You got Krisk and what was it, Sify back-to-back? And then you got Arbiter?
Krisk back-to-back, yeah. And then the funny thing with Arbiter was, it was during a ×2 Ancient, and people be like, Leila, you can't get Arbiter from an Ancient. I'm like, I know, guys. I pulled a single Void Shard during a ×2 Ancient, and there she was.
Wow.
Oh, I know.
Well, congrats.
Yeah, it was
Do you
so
use her
helpful.
in the arena, pretty much? Are you a speed arena team person, or?
Yep, so my arena team is Sify, Arbiter, Krisk, and Rhodos.
You got all your faves in there, right? Okay.
Yeah, I got them in there.
Nice. You gotta get Rhodos out of there and put like Reliquary Tender in, just have an all heal team. Then you'll be in heaven.
What about that? To make it super trolly. I mean, one of my friends has, all Reliquary Tenders just to be trolly.
I love it. Okay, I guess I will go next. I have 2 more as well. I will go with, did you know that they made me a champion?
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Do tell.
It's unbelievable. They didn't even tell me about it, right? Next thing you know, I log in one day, I wake up one morning, I have my morning coffee or whatever, and I look at my phone. Next thing you know, boom, they made me just like Ninja, they made me Ashwalker, a Night Revenant champion. Clearly it's me under there. I know that's my eyes, like 100%. So they just didn't tell me about it, but it's me. I'm not mad about it. They didn't ask my permission, but it's cool. So yeah, he's really cool. He's Ashwalker. He's a brand new rare. Have you even seen him? Did you even know he existed? Don't lie.
Well, actually, yes, because we just pulled Voids over this past weekend, and I pulled so many of them for viewers, so many Ashwalkers, so yes, I've seen him.
Yes.
His profile picture reminds me of Lumiere, though, from Beauty and the Beast. Not Lumiere, but his profile picture does.
Wait, let me see.
I was like, he looks like
he does have a little Lumiere going on right there, right? I didn't know. You know what? the profile picture did resonate with me in some weird way, and I couldn't put my finger on it. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Fusion?
But
maybe the fusion, maybe you were looking at it, and there it was.
Well, now I'm never gonna look at him the same. I'm gonna think Beauty and the Beast.
Never will.
So, actually, believe it or not, I was actually showing him in the beginning of this video. He slaps in the arena, man. Like he hits pretty hard. Let me show you. I'm gonna lose to this team probably.
I gotta see that.
Now I'm gonna face this team. He's gonna smoke me. Let's see. But check this out. Check this. Check out my boy Ashwalker. I think I saw that gear on him. You better one-shot already, dude. It's a Siffy in a. Okay. Okay. Well, not too bad, right? He's going against a Siffy and a Duchess and a miscreated monster. let's see if he gets him this time. Come on. Come on.
That was really good, though.
Yeah. Let's see. Boom! There we go. Ashwalker.
Look at that.
Okay,
Love
so
it.
That was stupid.
I just did a guide on him yesterday, which will be fun to watch. So yeah, I gotta give it to Ashwalker. We got one more left. I can't believe this collab is almost over already. Who do you have for us?
The last one. Now, again, people that know me won't be surprised by this. So the last one on my list is Death Knight.
Ooh, a curveball there. All right. I don't think I've ever looked at Death Knight. Death Knight could be the face of Raid 2.
It could be the face of Raid. So there's so many things with Death Knight. Again, if you just watch the commercials, he's like the underdog, right?
They love the Death Knight.
He's like the joke of the party. He's like a meme. And what can I say? I'm a sucker for the underdog, the memes, and to meme myself. So I actually have 12 Death Knights on my account. And the funny thing is, like when new people come to my channel, they're like, Death Knight any good? And I'll be like, well, let me tell you why I have 12. I have 12 because I troll 3v3 with them. But they all have gear. They're all booked. I have one Death Knight that's speed tuned for my unkillable comp when I feel like putting him in. I have a Death Knight that's in Swift Parry in a reaction ring, again, or arena. So it's hilarious because like I'll go through and show my chat and like the games that they actually win, and they'll start laughing. They're like, do you think those people expected those Death Knights to be geared? And I'm like, no, they didn't.
So
they didn't know
they're
what
all level 62? They're all like...
I have a 60, 3 50s, and the rest are 40s.
Okay,
so we're working
but
on
they're all
getting them
geared
there.
up. Oh my god, that is cool though.
Again, it's for fun. Like I tell people, you know, sometimes you gotta have fun, and 3v3 isn't always fun. So I made this for that. To just have fun with it, to meme, for good times, and because, I mean, it's Death Knight. My god, someone's gotta show him some love, right? Poor guy.
Well, you're the one. I met you today. Here we go. Death Knight. The #1 lover of Death Knight. I gotta say, I've never played him. I've seen him in the commercials though. Good on you for giving the Death Knight some love there. I like it. My last champion is gonna be a Void Legendary, Little Miss Annie. What do you think of Little Miss Annie? I see that not too fond face.
Oh, she's so funny.
Why is she funny? She's horrifying.
Poor thing. The poor thing.
You don't like her?
I just want to give her a heart. Like I see that thing pulsating, and I want to give her something. I don't know.
Something. She already has. I don't know what to say about Little Miss Annie. From the feet to the top of the head, there's something really just awful there in Little Miss Annie. And the first thing, yeah, thank you. The first thing when I saw her, I was just like, dude, like this is out of a horror store, like a movie or like an R-rated horror movie. Little Miss Annie, she is twisted, and like you said, the twitch. It's all about the twitch for me. You can see her heart. She's frightening. She's the most frightening character in the game, right? Can you agree there?
Yeah, I mean, I got another one I think is super creepy too, is Vagabond. If you check her out, I don't know, she creeps me out, and I feed her off every time I pull her.
Okay, I don't even know what Vagabond looks like. I will in a second, but just quick, Playdate is the most insane ability in this game, right? It can one-shot anybody. So I'm a big fan of that. She's not the best, legendary in the game. She's certainly not the best Void legendary in the game, but she's fun to play because of this Playdate ability. And when you revive her, she automatically comes back and tries to kill whoever killed her, which is really cool. Where's Vagabond? What
Shadowkin.
Okay.
Shadowkin
is okay.
And let's scroll down to Rare.
Okay. Oh!
Turn her around. Turn her around. She's got heads in there. They're like,
dude, I have seen her. I have seen Vagabond.
I remember when this thing first came out,
Look
I
at
was like,
this.
oh my
And
god,
what's up with this one? Is it alive or?
I don't know what it is. I'm like, this thing is super creepy. And so my community, they're like,
Oh
oh my
my
god. They're like,
word.
Layla, like if you get her, you need to level her. I'm like, if I get her, I'm gonna feed her. So of course my community's like, no, you wouldn't. And I'm like, yeah, I will.
Ooh.
So I did end up pulling her on stream, and I was like, you guys, I told you if I get her, I'd feed her. And the people started panicking. They're like, oh, how could you do that? I'm like, it's like she's creepy and she's a rare. I'm gonna feed her. I'm like, just is what it is.
What's
Like,
up with the
don't
red
tempt me, don't
circle on
dare
her
me.
head anyway?
So she looks like something that came out of a nightmare.
Does she have lore?
She does not. Thankfully, she does not.
That's where you draw the line.
Well, Little Miss Annie doesn't either. I would have known if she did. She doesn't either.
I wish they would make some lore around LMA. Man, I really wish they would. Did you play EverQuest before World of Warcraft or no?
I did not. World of Warcraft is probably the game I have played the most. Like, if I think about a game that consumed, I think consume's the right word.
Yeah.
If I think about a game that consumed the majority of my life and time, it was probably World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I was the same way with EverQuest though, like a little bit before that. So kind of cross paths there. But hey, this has been a really, really fun collab. We'll have to do it again. Guys, give us some video ideas. Keep an eye out for the lore video as well. LeilaFox, thank you so much for coming on. Any shout outs, anything we forgot to mention before we let you go?
Thank you so much for having me. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, I can't wait to have you joining me for the lore story. I think you're going to like the story for Syl, especially if you haven't checked it out yet. You're going to love it. So I'm really looking forward to that.
I guarantee I'm going to love it, and so are my subscribers. I will see you in that video. Again, I'll let you know when it gets released, guys, in a future video as well. Leila, thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you again, and bye, guys.
Bye-bye, guys. Thanks for watching all the way till the end, and as always, take care, guys.